So for 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with the autoimmune Crohn's disease. And it's been a long journey of surrender and just getting to, understanding it, and a long path of actually maintaining it. But at the end of the day, 7 years later, almost to the date, I'm now officially in clinical remission. The gastroenterologist was shocked. She's never seen anything like it before. All the ulcers, the lesions were all gone. And the Lord was basically came through and said to me, "This is me proving to you that I'm faithful."
Hey friends, I'm sitting with Christine Baxter, and she told me the most fantastic story on Sunday about her healing process. This is Christine.
Hi, Chris. Thanks for having me here. And I'm so excited to share my story, as it's been quite a journey. So, 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with the autoimmune disease Crohn's disease, which is basically an autoimmune of the gut, where the body starts attacking itself, but specifically in the gut area. Basically, symptoms are, you have it's part of the inflammatory bowel disease. So there's a lot of inflammation in the gut, as well as ulcers, and lesions and things like that. So obviously, it comes with a lot of pain, a lot of, most of the time it was mysterious pain, but a lot of it's been quite a struggle. But basically, if I had to take you back, so how it was about 10 years ago, I really started struggling with my gut issues, things like that, and then I went to numerous doctors and specialists, and they actually couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. Most of the time, they put it down as slight IBS, and I was so frustrated in not getting answers. And so I really, that's where the whole journey started. And then I finally found a gastroenterologist who got to the root cause of it, and that's when I got the official diagnosis of Crohn's.
How long ago was that, the diagnosis?
That was about 7 years ago. I was relieved to know that there was finally something I could put a name to. But the only problem was the outcome was you would be on chronic medication for the rest of your life, possible bowel reconstruction surgery down the line, because with autoimmune, obviously it takes quite a toll on the body. And once you have it, it's basically always there.
So there was a prognosis that your life would steadily deteriorate.
Yes.
Towards operations, just
Yes.
living permanently with this debilitating disease.
And the medication was there to just basically put a plaster over the symptoms and actually not treat the underlying cause.
Because you can't treat Crohn's disease. No. It is a systematic decay of the body. That is it. It's an autoimmune disease, and it's a dread disease. Generally you diagnosed with it and you die. That's the long and the short of it. Well, tell me the fantastic news.
And then something happened end of last year, where I decided, okay, it has been 7 years. You're supposed to go for a checkup every 2-5 years. But obviously colonoscopies aren't fun, so one doesn't voluntarily want to do that.
Yes.
And so somebody said, just go and check. And I said, okay, so I'm going to, just not be silly about it and just go, because conventional medicine has its place. And I just wanted to make sure that everything was still okay. But now remembering I was still having pain, they were still having the occasional flare-ups, even though I wasn't taking the medication, because I was dealing with it, handling it through diet and lifestyle and that. So basically at the end of beginning of March, I went to the gastroenterologist, and she was like, "Oh yeah, no, there's, when she pressed around, there was still some pain," and she's like, "No, we've got to see where this is, if what's happening, okay." And now she's very sweet, and she was a lovely lady. She was the one who originally found the diagnosis, and that's really important to note. So the original scans that we took in 2018 that showed the ulcers, the lesions, and everything, she has those, and I have those, right? Now she's the same doctor that's now doing the checkup 7 years later, okay? And it was interesting because a couple of weeks up until the actual procedure, I did start feeling different, but I must pinpoint here that there was a lot going on in my life as well, in terms of just a word from God, which was increase and enlargement for the year. And, I just constantly always, just really seeking his face. And I think what the most fascinating thing about all of this is, through these months, beginning of this year, my big question was, Lord, I believe, because I've been a Christian for since I was young. So Lord, I believe, but help my unbelief. And it was very much a case of, I believe in you, and I do, and I want to believe in you with all my heart. And I do, but help my unbelief, help my human unbelief.
Yeah.
And then anyway, so then I went for this colonoscopy and stuff, and afterwards, everything went well and everything. And then afterwards, the same day, the gastroenterologist came to me and she said to me, I don't know what to say, but your scans are completely clear. She's like, there are no lesions, there's no inflammation, it is gone, I can't see anything. And she's like, and I think she was more shocked than I was. So she knew that I'd been doing the lifestyle and the diet side of things, but she'd never seen that happen before. And she basically says, so she's like, you're in clinical remission. She says, it's gone. There's nothing there. So, and she didn't actually know what to say, to be dead honest with you.
She did say something quite shocking.
That I had a beautiful colon. Which, I mean, that's taking being beautiful on the inside to a whole new level. But and it was absolutely, I mean, shocked, or I mean, and then so that was it. And I was like, and then the amazing thing that came from all of it at the end of the day was the Lord, like, just this clear, just with all the noise disappeared, and just the clear thing that came through that said, this is me proving I'm faithful. This is me coming through for you, showing you I'm faithful.
Wow.
Because the whole time it was, Lord, I believe, but help my unbelief. And he's like, this is me showing you I'm faithful.